The transport glided through the docking tunnel with a soft hum as the young engineer named Leo prepared himself for the first official day aboard the Alliance vessel Horizon. Reach. He checked the small data slate in his hand and confirmed the assignments one more time. The crew list was long and filled with members from many worlds. But what made today important was the addition of a new diplomatic exchange officer, who was rumored to be from a species that humans had only recently met. Leo had been instructed to assist with atmospheric adjustments in her quarters and to calibrate translator nodes. He straightened his uniform, breathed out once, and stepped into the main crew corridor. The Horizon Reach was a ship built on cooperation. Every section was designed to showcase the strength of the Alliance and the spirit of humanity. Humans had joined the network of advanced civilizations less than a generation ago, yet they had already earned a reputation for enthusiasm, courage, and adaptability. Humanity did not outgun or outnumber their neighbors, but they won respect through grit and kindness. Many species found human behavior confusing, but they also found it inspiring. That made humans valuable on ships like this one. Leo moved toward the guest wing where the new arrival waited. The exchange officer's species, Ivarin, had only recently joined diplomatic talks. Reports described them as tall, furred, and expressive. Their voices carried faint growls that humans found intimidating at first. According to briefing files, the Varin did not use growls as warnings. Their vocal cords produced low tones to show emotion, much like humans used shifts in tone. There was nothing dangerous about the sound. Still, most humans tensed up the first time they heard it. When Leo reached the door, it opened with a soft hiss. Inside stood a towering figure with silver fur and clear amber eyes. She wore a dark vest embroidered with diplomatic symbols. Her posture was strong, but not tense. Leo paused for a heartbeat before greeting her. "Welcome aboard," he said while adjusting his slate. "I am here to help you settle into your quarters and check the translator nodes." The Varin officer inclined her head. Her name was Rhea, a simple enough name for humans to pronounce. She spoke carefully as she activated her translator. "Gratitude to you. This vessel is impressive. I look forward to working with your crew." Her voice carried a low growl beneath the words. It was subtle but unmistakable. Leo smiled without thinking. That was adorable. Rhea blinked. Her ears lifted in surprise. "Adorable?" "Yes, the rumble in your voice. I know it is normal for your species, but I like it." Leo realized too late that he sounded much too casual for a first meeting. He cleared his throat and forced himself to focus on the technical work. "I mean, it is pleasant." Rhea watched him quietly. Her posture shifted a little, and her tail lifted in what Varin used to signal curiosity. "Humans are interesting. You react without hesitation. I will remember this." Leo quickly checked the atmospheric unit. The controls glowed with stable readings. He confirmed translator alignment and communication frequencies. Everything was working fine. Rhea asked a few short questions about ship layout and safety rules. She listened closely and thanked him once he finished. When Leo turned to leave the room, Rhea made a faint sound. A low growl. Soft, brief, intentional. He turned back with surprise. She was watching him with an expression he could not read. Her ears twitched. "You said it was adorable," Rhea remarked. Leo blinked. "Wait, you are doing it on purpose now." "Yes," she answered. "You seemed pleased by it." Leo opened his mouth, closed it, and then nodded slowly. "Right, well, in that case." It was still adorable. Rhea gave another small growl. Leo laughed in disbelief before exiting the room. That moment could have remained only an amusing encounter. Yet it changed the rhythm of their interactions in the days that followed. The Horizon Reach had a large crew. But humans and Varen rarely worked side by side. Leo and Rhea became exceptions. She attended engineering briefs to learn about human methods. He visited diplomatic sessions to understand her species better. At first, their exchanges were formal, but soon their conversations grew warmer. Rhea asked questions about human families, humor, and art. Leo asked about Varen history, bonding rituals, and their sense of honor. Every time Leo approached her, she greeted him with a soft growl. Every time, he smiled. Eventually, other crew members began noticing. "Why does the Varine officer make that sound when she sees you?" one technician asked. Leo shrugged. "I made a comment I probably should not have made on day one. Now she does it every time." The technician laughed. "Looks like you made an impression." Leo could not deny it, but he did not fully understand the meaning behind her actions. Until the Horizon Reach arrived at the border of uncharted space, the ship's mission was to map a corridor. Near a nebula known as the Silver Veil, scans had detected energy readings of unknown origin. Their job was to identify them and establish safe routes. The area was beautiful, yet unpredictable. Streams of reflective particles shimmered like drifting rivers. The glow bathed every viewport in silver light. During the second survey cycle, an unexpected energy pulse struck the ship. The hull vibrated, and alarms echoed through the decks. Leo ran to engineering, while Rhea joined the bridge staff. The pulse had caused damage to several systems, including thrusters and external sensors. Captain Dorn requested immediate evaluation. Leo and his team moved into the maintenance shaft to check power relays. The walls hummed with unstable current. Every instrument flickered. Rhea arrived moments later, wearing protective plating. Leo stared. "You are not assigned to engineering repairs." "I am assigned to assist as needed," she answered calmly. Humans prioritize teamwork. The Varen wished to honor that. They worked together to stabilize the relays. Rhea's strength made it easier to adjust heavy components. Leo guided her through the wiring. The relay finally responded with a steady pulse. But before they could celebrate, another surge shook the deck. The lights dimmed and the ship dropped out of controlled drift. "We need to get to the lower access node," Leo said. Rhea nodded and followed him through the corridor. The path was lined with emergency lights. The hum of the ship felt uneven. When they reached the next junction, a sudden tremor knocked Leo off balance. A support beam fell from above. Rhea moved faster than Leo thought possible. She caught the beam with both arms, bracing her legs and lowering it to the floor. "Thank you," Leo said with breathless relief. Rhea growled softly. The tone was different. Protective. Leo felt warmth in his chest. "Still adorable," he whispered. They continued deeper into the ship. The lower access node contained the stabilizer lines for the ship's field projectors. If those failed entirely, the Horizon Reach would drift into unstable pockets of energy. When they reached the control unit, they discovered that two of the power couplings had fused together. Leo needed to remove and rewire them, but the heat radiating from the metal was dangerously high. Rhea stepped forward. "My species tolerates heat better. I will handle this." Leo handed her the insulated tools. She worked with careful precision. The relay sputtered before accepting the new input. Then, one by one, the stabilizers began to realign. The ship's tremors eased. With the immediate threat managed, they made their way toward the bridge. The captain was coordinating with the science team to identify the energy pulses. Leo and Rhea arrived as the team displayed new readings across the main screen. The pulses were not random. They formed a repeating sequence that resembled a signal. Something in the nebula was emitting structured energy patterns. The Horizon Reach had not been attacked. It had been scanned. The captain ordered a cautious approach. The ship advanced, while maintaining power balance. As they reached the indicated coordinates, a shape emerged from the silver haze. A vessel unlike any known design. Its hull shimmered like water. No windows. No visible engines. Only motionless presence. A faint rhythm pulsed from its surface. Rhea stood beside Leo while the crew analyzed the readings. "I sense no hostility," she said. "Neither do I," Leo replied. "It is curious, not aggressive." The unknown vessel released another pulse. The intensity caused every translator on board to update its frequency range. A moment later, a structured tone echoed through the bridge. It was not speech. It was more like harmonic code. The ship was sending data. The science team worked rapidly. Patterns formed. The signal described spatial distortion, region mapping, and what appeared to be warnings. Something in the nebula had become unstable. The stranger vessel was marking danger zones. Leo and Rhea exchanged glances. The new arrivals were not enemies. They were explorers, protectors. Perhaps this was their territory, and they wanted no accident to occur. The captain opened a general hail. "We acknowledge your signal. We thank you for your assistance." After a brief pause, the vessel dimmed its glow and drifted away into the silver haze. The pulses faded. The ship vanished from sensors. The Horizon Reach adjusted course based on the warnings. The path ahead became safer. The mission could continue. Later, when the ship returned to stable space, the crew gathered for a debrief. Many celebrated the successful contact. Some saw it as a milestone moment. Another species had chosen helpfulness over secrecy. Humanity's presence in the stars had once again led to unexpected friendship. When the meeting ended, Rhea approached Leo. The corridor was quiet, except for distant footsteps. She stood tall, her silver fur reflecting the ceiling lights. "You were courageous," she said. "Many would have retreated from danger. You moved forward to protect your crew." Leo shook his head. "Everyone did their part. And you saved my life in that corridor. Twice." Rhea released a low growl. The sound vibrated through the air. Leo looked at her with amusement. "You enjoy doing that now?" he said. "Yes," Rhea answered without hesitation. "I learned something during our mission. Varian do not growl without meaning. The sound expresses emotion, connection, interest." Leo felt his pulse quicken. "Interest? Yes. Your people have a phrase. Adorable. You used it when you first heard my voice. You used it again when I protected you. You used it each time I growled. You meant it." "I did," Leo admitted. Rhea stepped closer. "Then I will continue. Because I choose to show what I feel." She released another soft growl. It was warm and steady. Leo smiled with no attempt to hide it. Still adorable. Crew members passed by. Some smiled knowingly. Some whispered about how humans always managed to change the dynamic of any species they met. Humanity had that effect. They entered the galaxy with simple hearts and stubborn optimism. They found allies where others found obstacles. In the days that followed, Leo and Rhea became known as a pair that symbolized the spirit of cooperation. They worked together on missions, trained together for emergency drills, and shared time learning about one another's cultures. Rhea introduced Leo to Varine art, using carved crystal plates that resonated when touched. Leo taught Rhea simple human recipes. She disliked most of them, but she appreciated the effort. One evening, while the Horizon Reach drifted near a star cluster, Rhea asked him a question. What is it that humans seek when they explore the unknown? Leo looked out the viewport. Understanding, connection, and maybe the chance to prove that even small worlds can make a difference. Rhea growled softly. "Your species values hope." "We try to," Leo said. "You succeed. she answered. Her growl touched the air again. Leo laughed under his breath. You are going to do that forever now, aren't you? Yes, Rhea said. Because it pleases you. And because it pleases me? Leo leaned against the console. I never planned for any of this. But I am glad it happened. Rhea nodded. So am I. Over the months, their partnership shaped several missions. The captain requested them specifically for negotiations with new worlds. Some species responded better to Rhea's presence. Others trusted Leo's calm demeanor. Together, they crossed boundaries that once seemed impossible. On a return voyage from a frontier moon, a new crew member asked Leo about the Varine officer. Why does she growl every time she sees you? He asked. Leo gave a gentle smile. Because I said it was adorable. Now she does it all the time. The crew member looked baffled. You told her that on purpose. Not exactly, Leo replied. It was an honest reaction. And sometimes the truth leads to good things. He watched Rhea from across the deck. She looked back at him. A soft growl carried across the space between them. Leo smiled again. Humanity had earned many victories in the galaxy. Some through courage, some through science, and some through simple kindness. But every so often, the greatest victories came through moments like these. A comment spoken without calculation. A connection formed across worlds. A bond that made the stars feel a little closer. The Horizon Reach continued its journey. The crew worked. The engines hummed. The stars passed by in endless rivers of light. And every time Leo entered a room, Rhea greeted him with that same low growl. A sound that once startled humans, but now carried warmth. A sound that to him would always be adorable.